This is the Arctic. For much of history, it was just too cold, too icy, and too remote to be of any strategic value. But today, thanks to climate change and technological advances, that's no longer the case. The Arctic has become one of the most hotly contested regions in the world, and right beneath the surface of the Arctic Ocean, an underwater arms race is heating up. Welcome to our channel, and today we're answering the extraordinary question: how do submarines battle in the Arctic? If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave us a like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've made other videos about submarines, but they were more focused on how they operate or the specs of particular submarines. This time, however, we wanted to explore a truly unique aspect of submarines: their use in one of the most brutal environments on Earth, the Arctic Circle. So why the Arctic? Why does it suddenly matter? What makes it so different from other regions? Well, first, it's unique. A submarine is a stealthy weapon by design. They move through the water unseen and undetected, and that stealth is only amplified in the Arctic. You see, when a submarine submerges in the Arctic waters, it gains an extra layer of concealment. Ice acts like a natural shield, muffling the sound of the vessel and making it even harder to detect. This means submarines can operate with greater secrecy, making them more effective at conducting covert operations like espionage or intelligence gathering. Second, it's isolated. There are few witnesses, little to no civilian traffic, and almost no light penetrating the water. It's basically an underwater playground for these silent predators. Third, it's extreme. Only those who are prepared to endure the harshest of conditions will survive here, making it a true test of a submarine's mettle. These extreme conditions also limit the number of potential targets. The vessels that can actually operate in the Arctic are few and far between, meaning that when a submarine is in the area, it's likely that its target is close by. Now let's turn our attention to the players involved. This isn't just some fictional Cold War relic. This is happening now, and the main players are the ones you might expect: the US and Russia. Both nations have significant Arctic coastlines and substantial submarine fleets. They're also longtime rivals, which adds another layer of tension to the situation. Now, neither the US nor Russia wants to reveal their Arctic submarine secrets to the other. So that's two secretive weapons operating covertly in an unforgiving environment. But it's not just a bilateral affair. China has also been flexing its naval muscles in the Arctic. In recent years, China's People's Liberation Army Navy has sent more vessels to the region, including nuclear-powered icebreakers, signaling their growing interest in the Arctic. Furthermore, NATO has expressed concerns over Russian submarine activity in the region. There are reports indicating that Russian submarines have been spotted near critical infrastructure, raising concerns about potential threats to shipping and other activities in the Arctic. All of this brings us back to the central question: how do submarines battle in the Arctic? As we've established, the Arctic presents unique challenges and opportunities for submarine warfare. But what does this actually look like? One key aspect is the use of ice-strengthened submarines. Not all submarines are built to withstand the harsh conditions of the Arctic, but those that are can gain a significant advantage. These submarines are tougher and more durable, allowing them to operate in the freezing cold and thick ice without being damaged. Now, imagine a scenario where an enemy submarine is lurking beneath the ice, hidden and undetected. Suddenly, a US or Russian ice-strengthened submarine emerges, slicing through the frozen surface. It's a dramatic moment, a visual spectacle that underscores the unique challenges of submarine warfare in the Arctic. And don't forget, it's not just about the physical struggle against the environment. It's also a battle of endurance. The crew of a submarine operates in cramped, dark conditions for months at a time. The psychological toll is immense. In the Arctic, the stakes are even higher. The unforgiving environment can test the limits of human endurance, adding a new level of complexity to this already intense game. But what if I told you there's more to this story than meets the eye? Some submarines are equipped with sonar systems that can detect the sounds made by whales. That's right, whales. These massive marine mammals produce low-frequency sounds that can travel for hundreds of miles underwater. By listening to these sounds, submarines can estimate the location of whale pods, giving them valuable information about the surrounding environment. But that's not all. Whales tend to avoid dangerous areas such as those with high levels of pollution or military activity. So by following the whales, submarines can identify areas to avoid, increasing their own safety. It's a fascinating example of how submarines are constantly evolving and adapting to their surroundings. But it doesn't stop there. Submarines can also communicate with each other through the use of sonar. By sending out sonar signals, submarines can establish contact with other vessels and exchange information about their location and the surrounding environment. This is particularly useful in the Arctic, where visibility is often poor and traditional communication methods may not be reliable. Of course, it's not without its risks. Using sonar to communicate can also reveal a submarine's position to potential enemies, so it's a delicate balance, deciding when to communicate and what information to share. But this ability to communicate through sonar is a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of those who operate these underwater vessels. Icebreaking is yet another crucial element in Arctic submarine warfare. Imagine this. A thick layer of ice covers the surface of the ocean, making it nearly impenetrable. But below the surface, a submarine is moving through the water with ease. How did it do it? The answer lies in the technology known as icebreaking. When a submarine needs to move through the frozen waters of the Arctic, it uses special equipment known as an icebreaker. This device is typically mounted at the front of the submarine and is designed to break through the thick ice on the surface of the water. But it's not just brute force that's at play here. The shape of the icebreaker is also crucial. It's designed to channel the water in a way that reduces resistance and allows the submarine to move forward more efficiently. The angle of the icebreaker is carefully considered as well. It's designed to slice through the ice, minimizing the amount of force required to break through. The whole process is a marvel of engineering and precision. Every component of the icebreaker is designed to work together to allow the submarine to navigate the frozen waters of the Arctic with ease. But it's not just about breaking the ice. Maintaining control is equally important. Submarines have ballast tanks that help them control their buoyancy, allowing them to dive and resurface. However, in the Arctic, the cold temperatures can make it difficult to move these tanks effectively. This can make it challenging to maintain control of the submarine, especially when trying to break through thick ice. Despite these challenges, submarines have found ways to adapt and overcome. They've developed techniques and procedures that allow them to maneuver with precision, even in the most challenging conditions. The crews of these submarines train extensively to be able to handle the unique challenges of operating in the Arctic. Their skills and expertise are put to the test as they work to maintain control of the vessel and ensure a successful mission. Submarine warfare in the Arctic is also great for visuals. Just think about it. Imagine a dark, murky underwater world illuminated only by the eerie glow of a submarine's lights. The vessel moves through the water, leaving behind a trail of bubbles and the faint hum of its engines. Suddenly, a sonar ping echoes through the water, indicating the presence of an enemy submarine. The tension builds as the crew of the submarine take evasive action. The vessel twists and turns, trying to avoid detection. All the while, the viewer is left on the edge of their seat, wondering if they'll be able to escape detection. And let's not forget about the ice. The frozen surface of the Arctic Ocean provides a dramatic backdrop for this underwater battle. Imagine a scene where a submarine breaks through the ice, creating a spray of water and a loud cracking sound. The contrast between the cold, hard ice and the sleek, powerful submarine is striking. It's a reminder of the unforgiving environment in which these vessels operate. But it's not just the visuals that make this topic interesting. The military analysis is also fascinating. Submarine warfare is a complex and highly technical affair. It requires a deep understanding of naval tactics, strategy, and technology. To truly appreciate the full scope of this topic, you need to consider the various elements involved. From the use of sonar to the launch and tracking of torpedoes, every aspect of a submarine's operation is designed to deceive, detect, and destroy. Finally, it's still underexplored. The Arctic has traditionally been a less contested region compared to other parts of the world. However, with the changing geopolitics and the melting of the Arctic ice cap, the region has become a hotbed of activity for submarine warfare. This means that there is a relatively low level of competition for content on this topic. In addition to that, it's a topic of high audience interest due to the unique challenges and the recent developments in the region. There's also a lot of aspects to talk about, so that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us as we explored the secret war beneath the ice, how submarines battle in the Arctic. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've got lots of exciting content coming your way. Until then, stay curious, keep asking questions, and we'll see you in the next one.